Hi guys, Yamari here from Namaste and Slay, and happy pink full moon. Before I get started with today's pink full moon reading, I actually want to make two special announcements. The first is, if you haven't already, sign up for our 4-day Slay Your Inner Critic Challenge. I'm actually teaming up with an amazing self-love coach. Her name is Love Coach Kat. So follow her if you aren't already. And we're going to be doing a free 4-day challenge with you where we reveal our formula for identifying our self-sabotaging patterns, negative thought patterns, and nipping that shit in the butt. So if you are someone who struggles with self-doubt, struggles with a lot of negative self-talk, this is going to be an amazing 4-day challenge for you. These are the same tools and techniques that Kat and I have used in our lives to overcome a lot of issues that surround self-confidence and self-doubt. So if you're ready to step into your power, ladies, sign up. There's no excuses not to. It's 100% free. Link in the bio. Second announcement, I'm also teaming up with Plant-Based Donna. So that's plant, B-A-S-E-D based, D-A-N-N-A on Instagram if you want to follow her as well. We're going to be doing an IG live together next week on how to manage anxiety. I know that there's a lot of anxious energy in the air right now. I'm actually going to talk about that in a second through the lens of this full moon reading and the 444 portal that we just experienced on Saturday. So there's a lot of anxiety, a lot of chaos, a lot of fear with everything going on right now. I mean, I don't think I need to elaborate. We're all going through it. We are all going through some kind of challenge, okay? And even if we're not experiencing challenges financially, there are people who are experiencing challenges with their health or with their emotions. And I'll talk in a minute about why that is, why all of this is going on from an energetic perspective. Okay, but if you're interested in that IG live, I'm going to be sharing my tips for navigating difficult times and managing your anxiety. This will be next Friday at 2 p.m. So link in my bio if you want to sign up for the calendar reminder, and hope to see you there. So without further ado, yes, that's the right word. Without further ado, let's get into this full moon reading. Now, wow, Yamari, shake your desk, why don't you? Sorry, I promised 4-4 energy and then full moon reading. So you're gonna have to bear with me for a few more seconds. So the 4-4-4 portal on Saturday, right? The fourth day of the fourth month of the fourth year, 2 + 0 + 2 + 0, 2020, has the energy of number 4 around it. With it brought an energy of foundations, setting the foundations for our future, looking at the foundations, looking at what foundations had been built off of straw, right? and mud versus those that had been built off of something more concrete. And so what I've noticed with my clients and just with my friends and my circle in general, including myself, I actually started feeling this energy a little bit sooner than everyone else, but any faulty foundations in our lives have crumbled or are crumbling or are trying to crumble. That could be in any 4 of your energetic bodies. So your emotional body, your mental body, your physical body, and your spiritual body. And so there are a lot of people right now going through spiritual awakenings who may not even be aware that they're going through spiritual awakenings, but are going through spiritual awakenings. So some of those symptoms might be very weird dreams that seem a little bit prophetic, and they're not really dreams. You're actually having premonitions and predicting the futures. I mean, I will say, guys, those of you who follow me know that I went through a heartbreak 2 Fridays ago. The Monday before that happened, I actually had a dream that my friend was telling me, well, maybe you and this individual just weren't meant to work out. And I knew it wasn't a dream because it felt different. It felt more like when you're in a state of meditation. But it was basically a warning that things were about to fall apart. And sure enough, by that Friday, they did. So if you're having any weird dreams like that, where it's like, shit, I dreamt this and it happened, or you feel like it's a message, pay close attention to your dreams. This might also be coming up for you in many different ways. It could be coming up for you in the form of feelings, random thoughts. So that's going on for folks. On a more practical level, a level that most people can resonate with, a lot of thinking is happening right now around where you are in life, what you've built for yourself, where you want to be, where you want to go. Are you happy where you are? Whether that's in your financial house or otherwise, or even relationships, right? Thinking, looking at how you may have manifested imbalance in your life and how you can recreate that. In the emotional house, there's a lot of relationships being impacted here, including our relationship with self. So if our relationship with self has been really imbalanced, like if we've been using people, places, and things to kind of distract us from our own emotional healing, that is also coming to surface too. And it's manifesting through relationships falling apart, lots of arguments, lots of tension in the air. And I think I covered all of the bodies: mental, emotional, physical health. Those of us who haven't been taking care of ourselves, we might be called to change our diets at this time, do some more exercising. You may actually be going through some weird physical symptoms, right? That could be related to ascension, but also may just be like anything you've been ignoring as part of your health is coming up now. If you've been suffering with addictions, using alcohol and drugs to cope, or even sex, guys, to cope. Right now, you may be feeling a lot of tension, meaning like these things that used to make you feel good in the past are actually making you feel like you're spiraling deeper and even further. And again, this is all intuitively guided. I had created a video about this on Saturday. Unfortunately, I had some technical glitches and the video just didn't pan out the way it should. But if I get a chance, I will go ahead and post that in audio form. Now, enough about the 444 energy. I bring that up because it is actually tied with this 4/7/20 moon, this pink full moon, this super moon. According to NASA, this moon is also closer to the Earth than any of the other moons. Slightly closer, but it is closer to the Earth, which means that we are going to be impacted even more than usual. And surprise, surprise, okay, we have this energy of balance and restoring balance on Saturday. And now Tuesday, we're moving into this energy of this Libra energy, which is very diplomatic, very much about what's fair, justice, creating harmony, right? Balance as well, if I didn't say that already. So the theme for April, guys, is balance. It's overcoming hurdles. There's so much energy in the air right now of that's here to show us who we really are. Wherever we've been giving away our power, the universe is trying to help us call that back. Just trying to listen. Wherever we may have unintentionally and unknowingly created disharmony in our lives, the universe is trying to restore that. And, for some of us, it's not about lessons. I don't want you to look at it through the lens of lessons. All of this is happening to show you how resilient and unstoppable you are. And so the only thing you can do right now is choose how you respond. You can respond to life by looking at what's not working and getting stuck in that space. Getting stuck in the space of not wanting to let go of just what isn't meant to work anymore. Making yourself the victim, or you can look at everything that's going on right now and ask yourself, if I was fully in my power and I trusted that I was being fully supported, what would I do right now? How would I approach this situation instead? So for me, the last few weeks, it's been letting myself feel my feelings, right? Like, Amadi, it's okay that you're heartbroken. It's okay that you're hurt. But instead of focusing on the heartbreak, use this as an opportunity to get clear on what it is that you really want in a partnership, what it is that you want when it comes to your romantic life. And as I started getting more clear around that, it started bringing relief and release. And even the tears that I've cried, it's been more purging, right? What I thought was my vision of what I thought was supposed to be. And there's absolutely some pain that's going to come around that. So understand, guys, if you're suffering right now, if you're going through any kind of heartbreak, whether it's financial, emotional, or otherwise, crying, releasing those emotions is part of the purging process, right? Like getting really honest with ourselves about what it was and what we want is part of the purging process, and there's pain associated with that. But once you allow those emotions to come to the surface, the next step is going, all right, well, what is it that I fucking really want to begin with? Does this person even align with what I want? Does this situation align with what I want? And if it doesn't, what can I do to get myself out of that? And if you're struggling with that, guys, I know that we're like 10 minutes in. If you're struggling with that, guys, feel free to set up a free discovery call with me. I'd be happy to help you walk through anything that's keeping you stuck, that's keeping you in fear and anxiety right now, and help you work through that in your life. That's what I do as part of my life coaching practice. So now that we've talked about the energies in the air, I'm going to approach today's full moon reading slightly differently. I've been called to use this deck. It's the light, what is it called? Keepers of Light deck by Kyle Gray. I've actually been guided to use this deck to guide me in prayer and meditation at night and in the morning. So I want to pull a collective energy for all of us and do a collective prayer for all of us. Send you guys lots of loving, healing energy using this deck as a tool. And then we're going to jump into advice to help us become more resourceful, become more resilient, become more unstoppable through this difficult time. So without further delay, what does the collective watching this need to hear right now? That came out quick. Kali Ma, facing fear. I don't think it gets any more serendipitous than that, guys. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. So I'm just going to pull up the extended messages for Kali Ma to guide me in creating a prayer. There aren't any prayers in this book. There's just messages around what the lesson is supposed to be, or the message that we're supposed to receive through this card. So I'm going to intuitively look at what that message is and come up with a prayer real time, sending you guys lots of loving light and energy. So the collective energy again is facing fear. Major spiritual changes are unfolding. This is your chance to soar. What were we just talking about, guys? Is that not what I was just talking about? It might seem really tough right now. You might be struggling. You might be losing hope. You might feel like your dreams are falling apart. All of this is falling apart because they are faulty foundations. And what you don't realize is that what you think is falling apart is actually a false reality. It's a reality that you were living, that you were never intended to live. You deserve more. You deserve so much more in every area of your life. And this is challenging you to become more resourceful, to become more resilient, and step outside the box. And I know, guys, I know it's tough. I'm working with so many clients right now that are going through so many tough situations, from leaving physically abusive relationships to literally trying to find work. It's a tough time. So if you really are resonating with anything that I say right now or anything that I've been saying, please feel free to reach out. I am here to serve you. I have a few different ways that I can help you get through this, from my group coaching program that we're launching next month to a membership that I just launched, and my one-on-one coaching. So if you need one-on-one support, if you could use someone to help guide you at this time, I'm 100% here. Also DM me. If you just want to DM me, forget my services. If you're going through a tough time right now and this resonates with you, DM me, comment, what are you going through? I would love to support you in any way that I can. So now moving into our divinely guided prayer. Kali Ma, we call on you as these spiritual changes are unfolding, recognizing that this is our chance to soar, allowing death and rebirth in our lives, surrendering to this process, bringing old cycles to an end so that we can experience transformation, allowing us to embody strength and our fiery fierceness. the powerful image of the divine feminine that lives and resides within all of us. Allow us to embrace this fierce mother energy who is completely loving and protects us from all harm. Allow us not to be consumed by fear, but to live our lives through love. Slay any ego that prevents us from revealing our true loving selves. This is a time when we are able to look fear in the eye and move away from it, and we call on your strength to do so. Understanding that fear is just energy. Energy can be changed and transmuted. And all this can be an intense experience. We trust that it is for our highest good, that this fear is being used to allow us to see how we have been operating through fear in the past and in the present. Let us not manifest a life of fear. Let us not give in to this feeling of emptiness, but instead hold space for love and miracles to enter. We trust that we are being filled with courage of spirit now, so we can move through this phase of our lives to the next, being more resilient, more triumphant, trusting the process and calling on Kali Ma to help us release fear and step into a space that is strong, focused, and courageous. Namaste. Amen. Okay, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I hope that you felt that energy. So now that we've set the tone for this full moon reading, let's dive in. What advice do we need to hear right now in regards to these challenges that we are being asked to overcome? What advice do we need to hear right now? Let me pull that card as a reminder for myself. What advice do we need to hear right now in regards to the spiritual changes that are unfolding in our lives? What advice do we need to hear? How can we soar during this time? What is it we need to do? Please, divine energy source, give us the messages we need to hear. What do we need to hear right now? You can't make this shit up, guys. Clarity. You're gonna understand what I mean in a minute when I show you the cards. We've been talking about stability. You can't get any better cards from this deck that embody that energy. Okay, what advice do we need to hear? For many of you, this is about focusing on your money. It's funny. I'm not, oh, that rhymes. It's money, it's funny. There's not really love here, or if there is love, if there are love situations going on right now, the universe is asking you to focus on your money. Okay, but you know what? I almost feel like I didn't even need cards to give you advice, because here's the energy that's coming through. What the universe is asking you to understand is that the universe is trying to give you an opportunity. What you are seeing as a challenge, as a hurdle, as punishment, I heard from the universe, is actually a gift. See how the universe is holding this pentacle in its hand? It's a gift. The universe is asking you to release any parts of you and any parts of your life that are not in alignment. Sorry for the ratchet nails, by the way. No nail salons open right now. I just realized how bad my nails are. But I digress. That's my inner critic talking shit. I digress. The universe is trying to present you with an opportunity, and you are just resisting and holding on so hard to the parts of you that don't fucking make sense for what it is, the life that you want. Let go. Let go of who you think you're supposed to be, of what you think you're supposed to do. Whatever is creating unhappiness and instability in your life, this harmony, right now is the time to release that. The universe is asking you to walk through this gateway. The grass is greener on the other side, but not on the other side of the fence that you're trying to fucking go to. You've been trying to chase greener pastures. It's funny because I don't even know. On polluted farms is what I heard. It's a very interesting way to say that. On polluted farms. You've been trying to chase greener pastures through a very materialistic lens. Here's what I mean by that, guys, because some of you watching this, especially like I know my followers aren't that materialistic. Yes, we like nice things, but I know that they're not all about like, they're not money hungry. So that might not resonate for you. But for those of you watching this, it's either you have, yes, you've been chasing goals based on like the practical aspect of it, like making that, like it's all about making that money. It's all about that partner that makes you look good. It's all about saving face for the family. I just heard. Like, so some of you want to go through divorces, but are afraid of what your family members are going to say and think. Again, this is a collective reading, so I'm trying to just provide whatever messages are coming through. So for some of you, it's funny because what are they called? The gateways of heaven, I think they're called. I could be making that up, but I know they have them in Bermuda, in the Bermuda Triangle. Like a lot of the islands there have these gateways to heaven, and they're supposed to be like good luck for marriages. If you, and that's what that's reminding me of. Like if you walk through that gate as a couple, you're supposed to have like good luck for your marriage, within your marriage for the rest of your life. I don't know. I'm not that superstitious. But the reason why I bring that up is some of you are being asked to walk away from this marriage, to walk through those gates, but actually alone, and find happiness on the other side. And you're refusing. You're refusing to leave a toxic partnership, a toxic marriage. For others of you, this is the universe financially is trying to reward you with a brand new opportunity. Some of you are being called to step into more esoteric and spiritual practices when it comes to your business, or maybe do something a little bit more non-traditional. But again, you've been so focused on what like everybody else is going to think that you're not fully stepping, you're not accepting. The universe is literally sitting here saying, take it. And you're just like, no, I don't want to. I'm scared. I'm scared right now. And being scared is afraid, by the way, because there's so much instability and chaos that some of you may be thinking like, how do I jump into that kind of business right now? Or how do I jump into a new business when right now businesses are shutting down? As someone who is running her own business right now and can tell you that there's been a lot of positive things coming my way and unfolding. Someone else's reality doesn't have to be your own, but understand that the work starts within, and you have to be willing to embrace this pinnacle. It's going to be scary. It's going to be hard to trust because you're like, what the fuck? Like, this doesn't make sense. The clouds, I'm being drawn to the clouds. Like, it's almost like it looks like a catch-22. It's like, this pinnacle that I'm being offered doesn't make sense to me. This opportunity being offered doesn't make sense to me. Or I'm being guided to take a certain action, but I'm not sure if I can fucking trust it because I can't see the practicality in it, even though it is absolutely a fucking Ace of Pentacles. What you don't realize is the minute that you get past that anxiety and fear, your hopes and dreams are actually going to start coming to life. And here's why I can say that with confidence. We got the King of Pentacles. It's like, yes, we're finally accepting that fucking pentacle. We're finally taking ownership, and look at these green pastures now that we've accepted our truth, that we've accepted the situation for what it is, that we've allowed ourselves to release anything that's created disharmony and imbalance in our lives, whether that's a toxic behavioral pattern, thought process, partnership. These are things that we are releasing both on the emotional level, on the spiritual level. So not both, sorry, on the spiritual level, emotional level, and material level. So once you're brave enough to let go of the shit that you thought was supposed to be, what you thought you were supposed to. So some of you guys have been working really hard for a very long time, and now you feel like everything is falling apart. You were working on the wrong things. Again, I just keep on getting that message. Whatever you think is actually falling apart is just making way for what this pentacle here that the universe is trying to offer. And once you embrace this pentacle, once you embrace this opportunity, you become the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is someone who is very wealthy, abundant, and structured. The universe is trying to bring balance into your life. It's trying to bring abundance into your life. I'm being drawn to this Taurus energy here. Why? Okay. Because this is not a passive manifestation, guys. It's going to require you to take some action. So Taurus, like I just saw when I was like, okay, why am I being drawn to this Taurus energy here? The bull charges forward, right? The universe is trying to give you an opportunity, but this isn't passive manifestation. This opportunity, even if it's being presented to you or you're being divinely guided, like given certain messages of what to do next, um, like it's not just gonna fall on your lap. You'll be presented with the opportunity and it's going to require you to take inspired action. And because you're having trouble trusting this opportunity, you may not be taking action. And so it's very important right now that you understand that, yes, it's scary. It's supposed to be. A lot of you have been living lives built on lies. And it might not be as dramatic as like your entire life has been a lie. Guys, it's just, how have you been lying to yourself? Going back to those 4 energetic bodies. Like, I know I've been going through that too. Like, how have I been lying to myself about how I take care of my health, my physical health? So trying to be more real with myself about what I need and what I can do in terms of exercise and better dieting practices. So cutting things out that I know need to just go, and making more time to create movement in my physical body. So looking at those 4: emotionally, spiritually, physically, and mentally, how do I need to evolve? That's going to require action. It's not just, it's not as simple as saying, I'm going to do it. That's the first step, is saying, okay, universe, I embrace, I accept this pentacle. Step number 2, I'm going to be like the bull in this background. Even though he's sitting here, he's already taken the action to get this. So the only way you're going to get to your King of Pentacles, the only way you're going to create this financial long-term stability in your life, or emotional stability in your life, is by taking action. He already took his action. That's why he could sit here pretty, embracing all of the fruits of his labor. Now, here's the thing, guys, before I wrap up, because I do have a client session that I need to jump in on. Things are crumbling apart, whether you like it or not. This is in your future energy. And here's the thing about a major arcana like the Tower. Tower moments are divine intervention. They don't have to be as drastic as this. Sometimes we can shift our energy and manifest them in the reverse, so that they're not as painful. But here's the thing, you're going to go through this challenge, whether you like it or not. You can do this the easy way or the hard way. The universe is asking you to put down the burden. Stop making life harder for you than what it needs to be. Stop, just stop. I'm just hearing, just stop. Surrender. Surrender to this Tower moment. Surrender to whatever's crumbling in your life. Recognizing that the reason why that's happening, again, is here, the Hierophant. So you can step into this energy where you have created balance and justice and fairness in your life. Expansion, it's funny, this is not an expansive energy, but expansion is coming through here. This is to help you get clear on who the fuck you are and what you really want. The Hierophant is also very spiritually awoken, spiritually woke. This is to help you become your higher self, period. I don't know how else to put it. You are literally evolving into this Hierophant energy. Yeah, look at those two. There goes that balance with that Libra energy here. This is happening to restore balance in your life, to create. It's funny, the word traditions is coming up, but what does it mean? To live a life that's more righteous. Hmm. Again, creating stable foundations, getting rid of the old, getting rid of the faulty foundations. This is to help you get rid of any parts of your life that were chaotic, that were unhealthy, that were not serving you, so that you can finally walk away from all this pain, all this burden, all this struggle, and step into a space where you are able to be in your strength, be in your power. Live a life that's fully connected, not only with others, but with source, which only brings more money and financial stability in your life. Oh my God, I need to jump off, but I feel the urge to pull one more card. Yeah. It's asking you to focus on, a lot of you watching this channel must be really like, well, of course you are. You're following me very much into spirituality, because she's very, she's like the witchy queen of the deck. So this is to help you embrace your intuitive side, step into your creative aspects. And the universe is asking you to dream bigger. If you knew that you were being fully supported and you could have whatever the hell you want, whatever the hell you want. It's funny, I don't believe in manifesting specific people, but whomever the hell you want came up. Oh, well, I know that's what came through, but I'm going to give you a caveat on that. Then who would you need to become to have that? And maybe that's why that's coming through. Because you can have whatever, whomever you want in your life, but you need to be in alignment with that energy. And they need to be in alignment in that energy if it's a person that you're trying to manifest. But understand that the only way you can have that person is if you are both vibrationally aligned and you are living in your truths. If you are using your free will to step into your power. So whatever it is you're trying to manifest in your life, ask yourself, who would I need to be to have that? And start taking action daily to get there. All right, guys, hope that you enjoyed that reading. I love you guys to pieces. Sorry for the really long introduction. I will try to get better at making shorter videos. But again, if this resonated with you, please do like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on notifications so that we can shed the love and light with others. And if you feel like you want to look into your situation a little bit more extensively, sign up for a free breakthrough session with me so we can get to the bottom of whatever it is that's keeping you stuck and help you come up with some action items to further step into your power. Until next time, guys.